What's up everyone, it's Nick Vazquez and we are back with another Greater Toronto Area real estate market update video where, like always, we're gonna look at the stats for the GTA as a whole and then break down some of the numbers specifically for Mississauga. If you find this information valuable or informative at all, please just do me a huge favor, hit that like button and also make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss any future videos. Let's jump right into it with total residential transactions. There were 5,038 transactions reported for the month of September, and that number is down 44% compared to last year. The market is continuing to adjust to all of these rate hikes that we're seeing, and the higher borrowing costs are causing less transactions to be happening. The difference between August and September is about a drop of 11% on a seasonally adjusted basis. Moving on to new listings, this is where things are starting to get a little bit concerning. New listings in September dropped almost 17% compared to last year, with 11,237 new listings reported in September. This is the lowest number of new listings we've seen for the month of September since 2002. That's over 20 years ago. This is particularly troublesome because supply has been a big issue in the GTA for the past several years, and now we're seeing in September the lowest number of new listings in the past 2 decades. Not a good sign. This can definitely cause more problems going into the future, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit later in the video. But first, let's talk about the average selling price. The average selling price for the GTA as a whole is now $1,086,000. That number is 4.3% lower than last year, and looking at the seasonally adjusted differences compared to last month, the number has dropped by 2.7%. Now, without that seasonally adjusted difference, if we're looking at just the number for September and the number for August, we've actually gone up about 7 grand. This is now the second month in a row where the price has been higher than the previous month. So 2 months in a row, it looks like prices are starting to inch back up. So looking at the market as a whole, the GTA real estate market right now obviously is adjusting to the higher borrowing costs. That's what we've seen. That's what's brought on this dip since February. However, it does look like things are starting to level out. The average selling price is actually now where it should have been if we were just to apply a normal appreciation trend that we've seen over the last 10 years. The price is now where it should have been if we didn't experience that big run up during COVID. And if we were to just isolate it and just look at the last couple of months, the price is starting to inch up. It looks like we're coming out of that dip that we had. Now, obviously time will tell if we already reached the bottom or not, but the most troublesome stat from this month was the fact that new listings were at the lowest point since 2002. This will become an issue in the future if this trend continues and supply keeps dropping and demand inevitably comes back. Lack of supply now and in the coming months will lead to tighter market conditions, which will push the average selling price up. Even though interest rates have gone up, and they very well might keep going up for the remainder of 2022, this only has a temporary effect on the market. The relationship between interest rates and real estate, it's basically as interest rates go up, prices do come down. But if we were to break it down a little bit further, higher interest rates actually impact demand more than anything else. And that's exactly what we saw. Throughout the pandemic, interest rates were really low. There was a ton of demand. As interest rates start going up, the demand starts decreasing. But the important thing you need to know is that the impact on demand is temporary. With new listings trending downward, meaning supply is starting to go down, and the inevitable return of the demand that we had as more and more people get used to the higher interest rates, and also as more and more people move to the GTA, this is going to cause tighter market conditions, and it's going to lead to the average selling price continuing to go up. We don't know when that's gonna happen. It could be next year, it could be the year after. We don't really know when that's gonna happen, but inevitably it will. With all that being said, now is a really great time to buy. If you are considering buying a home, I would recommend getting started on that home search now, especially before the next rate hike that's supposed to happen at the end of October. You can now buy a home in the GTA at a 20-25% discount compared to February, and although your mortgage payment might be pretty similar to that, it's still a good opportunity to get in because prices will inevitably start bouncing back up. And right now, there's not that much competition, but that may change as listings start to go down and demand starts to increase. So there is a really great opportunity to still get into a house with less competition, and once you're in that house, prices will start going up. Like I said, we don't know when prices are gonna go up. We might already be seeing that trend right now of prices going up. It might happen next year, it might happen the year after, but prices will go up. Just look at history, this always happens. So if you are thinking of buying, just reach out. We can get you on track, start having those conversations to make sure that you are on the right path to make a good purchase for you and your family, and we can definitely help you out with that. Anyways, let's go into the numbers for Mississauga. In September, there were 466 sales in Mississauga, and the average price of a home is now just over $1,030,000. That number is 0.5% lower than last year and 4.1% lower than last month. The average price for a detached home is just under $1.45 million, about $80K less than last month. A semi-detached comes in just under $1 million, which is about $10K more than last month. The average price for a townhome is $963K, which is a whopping $105,000 less than last month. A condo townhome will cost you about $815K, about $5K less than last month. And finally, a condo apartment is averaging in at around $638,000, about $25,000 more than last month. Anyways, that's all we got for today. I hope you found this information valuable and informative. If you are thinking of making a move, buying, selling, anything like that in the GTA, please feel free to reach out to me. Would love to have those discussions and help you out and make sure that you're making the right decisions for yourself. Thank you so much for watching the video. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Please give me a thumbs up if you found this informative and valuable for you. Also, just double check to make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on future videos like this. Thanks again for watching and have a great week.